What is up, everyone? It's your pal Flix, and today we're going to be going through and analyzing the Cyberpunk 2077 RTX trailer. As always, if you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more daily quality content. Oh, just in case you haven't seen it, we'll start off actually rolling the footage from the trailer. Don't worry, it's actually pretty short. Alright, so we start off hovering over this dystopian future with all the bright neon corporate signs such as Kuroshi and Arasaka. This is from the corporate life path when you're in the flying car. You can also see other flying cars which might be police cars. From the lights I can see, I see red, white, and blue, which if it's not a police transport vehicle, that's really weird. Like, it sets a nice scene of heavy consumerism and corporate takeover to open up the trailer. Then we get back to the streets that the 48-minute demo showed us back in 2018. This time a little less crowded as it's night with the graphical upgrades and ray trace lights. Putting the two side by side, we can see that the Marks X24 store is new. The sign wasn't there in the past. It might have been a neon. Like, there isn't even like a neon thing that's off in the 28-minute trailer, so I think it's a completely new sign that just wasn't there. So hopefully it's a new store type. Not sure what it would sell, so I kind of doubt that. The vending machine also went through a little like slight redesign. It appears the item it stocks with can change, like an actual programmable sign. It didn't look like that back in the 28-minute demo. It looked like it was just something I was like spray painted on, like, hey, selling this. I actually had to go back and look like really closely between the two, and I saw that like the neon arrows were actually there in the 28-minute demo, but due to not having ray trace lights and being in the morning, you could barely see them. It wasn't noticeable. There's a window with two soldiers below the cyberware sign. The neon for them is now off, so you don't see the soldier stiletto. Seeing as it's an advertisement on a window for that specific store, I'm seeing it as a dynamic morning and night cycle for the stores, where they close at certain times and open at others. Because there's a lot of stores that have their neons off in the morning, or like neons off in the morning. I mean, no, I said that twice, off at night. There's also the wait crosswalk is now yellow when it was actually red when you were waiting, so that's a slight change. You see it in like two different spots. It's actually really tough just staring at these like two pictures because my eyes really hurt because you have to squint to see those very, very slight changes. Also, it's not native resolution, it's compressed footage, so it's a little harder to see stuff. So other than the signs being off, there's a bit of color changes here and there. The NCPD sign is a bit more blue. The letters being blue can be explained by it being just a neon light up. Tell me in the comments if I missed anything. It's kind of just look at these two pictures and compare the differences. Then there's multiple shots of them implementing ray tracing in the game. Bright blue lights, purple, red, everything bouncing, extending. One of the succession shots is actually really interesting because most of the shots just show ray tracing on the environment, but this time it shows it what happens when it actually bounces off someone. As in Cyberpunk, cybernetics are a big thing, obviously. So if you have someone that's full chrome, and you have you see lights bouncing off of them, it actually looks really cool. It magnifies the chrome look, so it's not just bland. We get to see some more reflections of the car and Padre the Fixer, the one we meet during the Street Kid life path in the slums of the city. They kind of just used pretty much the trailers they've already shown us of the life paths and implemented ray tracing on. Like, the corporate was the first one with the neon hooker sign, I guess. Then we got that's not Nomad. I think it's all of them you end up in. Yeah, all of them you end up in the afterlife ordering the Johnny Silverhand drink. Now we're being shown the Street Kid. Actually, I don't think Nomad was in here. I don't think Nomad, because I think they're holding off the fight the Nomads have. they haven't really talked that. They haven't shown any footage for that actually, where you and Jack, we are supposed to deliver the package to Jackie, and then you get ambushed by people. Most of the trailer is pretty much footage we've already seen, just reused. Like I keep seeing it over and over again. There aren't even like any new fights. The big mecha guy that you're fighting with the actually the gun was really cool because when you're shooting it, the actual red light from the gun was getting ray traced off, so it gave this really cool like almost overheating type of look, even though that obviously wasn't. More cyberpunk look, I guess. But yeah, you see the Royce fight again. One plus is that we actually got to see confirmation that NPCs can actually dual wield weapons, as we've seen Jackie with 2 guns before. Well, we never actually saw him shooting them because he was out of frame in the 48-minute demo. So now we actually get confirmation that, hey, they can dual wield. Even though I'm pretty sure that it was confirmed that V can't dual wield. So that would be kind of odd. In case people wonder, I actually did bother to zoom in on some of the advertisements, see if they were actually worth covering, if there was anything like that mattered in them. Most of them were just, I guess, entertainment for Night City. It didn't seem like anything that would be like right away, hey, this might be a quest. Most of the stuff that was actually shown in this trailer, like I've already said so many times, is RTX flex with a bit of new billboards as distractions here and there, which is justified. This event was to show off NVIDIA's new cards and the new capabilities. So if they did like direct one-to-one comparisons of scenes, I would have been a little bit more happy. But you can't really do that because of how compression works, sadly. But they've implemented ray tracing pretty well, that even with compression you could still see the lighting. Alright, so in Misty's little play area, we see a sign that says chakra harmonization for an hour for 14.99 eddies, Misty special, which is 25 eddies, and crystal radiation, which is 11 eddies. Why are they around all of them except the first one? I don't know. I did write this. I'm not sure what the symbol below it is. And it's weird, like circles. It would seem like slots to plug stuff in, or like mission objectives, or like some sort of Easter egg objective to do. Like I'm imagining like BO4 zombies, or like any Black Ops zombies. Like, oh look, you've progressed this far, but it's obviously not. It's something else. I don't know. Maybe it's boosts if you get one of like the Misty special harmonization, or maybe just can't buy it, because it seems like it's a service that's equivalent to a hot tub, but instead of a tub and water, there's electricity that flows through you, I guess. There's also some weird like religious shrine in the middle. I don't know, Cyberpunk, you got your religion, that's cool. There's also a poster that says lights, music, and dance. I don't think it's relevant at all, but I may as well talk about some of the posters that are just right there, even though it hurt my eyes trying to read it for you. Next, something that doesn't strain your eyes to look at. There's what looks like a baseball new advertisement. There's even what looks like another advertisement with a guy with a tennis racket and a Tigers logo. Now, all that put together, you would expect to see in a sports team. But no, if you look closer at Baseball Batman, you see that he's actually clutching his other arm with surgeon-looking clothes and a mask. So this is blatantly an advertisement for a Ripper doc, a legal one, obviously, because how big the neon advertisement is. The rest of the setting does point to something related to sports, though. I mean, hey, do bad in Cyberpunk tennis, go to your Ripper doc, drip you a new one, and install some new cybernetics. Now we finally move on to everyone's favorite part of all of this, Pathfinder. Yes, they forcibly grabbed Pathfinder from Apex Legends and brought him in. But in all seriousness, there's actually a mecha skill in like the techies, so this might be related to actually being able to hack them. Maybe you can get them as a companion, or an Easter egg where he makes like Pathfinder-esque lines. But in all seriousness, this confirms that robots are going to be an enemy type, so you can actually fight robots, mechas, just insane things. Hopefully it is actually an Easter egg. I would really enjoy like a Apex Legends type of Easter egg, because it looks so much like Pathfinder. Like legitimate, it is Pathfinder. That car behind them also looks like fairly armored. Just a quick Google of what Kang Tao is. I don't know if I pronounced that right. It's what's written on that robot. Pulls up they're a Chinese-based weapons company in the Cyberpunk universe responsible for smart weapons. And now robot enemies since they specialize in security as well. Which explains the heavily armored truck. They're probably being employed to protect something there. Or just... it's probably just part of the setting. Just looking like what's behind it. It's probably just a setting of an area you can't access. That's what it looks like. We also finally get a look at what the offices are going to look like in Cyberpunk. At least the normal day-to-day ones, not the ones that are meant to be hunting psychos down. I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect. It didn't really wow me. It's something that you'd see like in any other game. Classic blue. Yeah. Alright, this was an absolute nightmare to make. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I have another video dropping like 3 to 4 hours. Hopefully. It's a little bit of a shorter one. It's talking about how new space in Cyberpunk 2077 work and how they're gonna react to things that the player does. Anyways, leave a comment down below if you learned anything from this video. If not, just how your day's been. Mine's been horrible. While we're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and check out the new Cyberpunk 2077 videos every day at 6 p.m. Eastern. Double uploads aren't normal, by the way. Thanks for watching. Stay amazing.